Of course, you're still watching TVC Breakfast. It's now time to let you in on what's happening in the world of social media and more. Now, the only lady that will give us that conversation from Monday through to Friday is standing by, the beautiful Olamide Adekunle. What is happening?
Good morning to the gorgeous Ria. Good morning, Tomayedu. Good morning, Ibrahim Shitatima. I wasn't with you on the main desk, and I feel so far away from you, but I'm going to attempt to come closer by bringing you all my juicy gist. Are we ready?
Very much ready.
Let's have a look at what's trending now. Good morning to our wonderful viewers. Thank you for joining us this morning on the Trending Now segment on the TVC Breakfast Show. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and our eyes on the streets. And here on the Trending Now segment, we like to bring you some of the trending stories that are shaping the world that you and I live in. Well, this morning we're starting with a bit of a sour story, as a fresh immigration crackdown in the United States is now putting dozens of Nigerians in the spotlight after American authorities published the names and photographs of 124 Nigerians who are now facing deportation following criminal convictions. Now, the United States Department of Homeland Security says that these Nigerians were arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, popularly known as ICE, as part of President Donald Trump's expanded immigration enforcement campaign, targeting what Trump describes as the country's worst of the worst criminal offenders. According to U.S. authorities, the 124 Nigerians are now facing removal from the United States. Officials have not disclosed when the deportations will begin, nor have they released details of the exact criminal convictions that are linked to each individual. But of course, the publication of this list has generated conversations online amongst Nigerians both home and abroad. Many are now calling for due process, but others say that this move underscores the need for Nigerians living overseas to respect the laws of their host countries. And I must say, I agree. Let's have a look at social media. Very interesting. Aziz Akilara says, Trump is even looking for ways to deport us already, and look at what our people are doing there. I don't think that politicians are our problems. It's we ourselves. It's the more reason we are getting banned from giving jobs in different countries. Oluwole Fadokun says, this set of people needs to be openly flogged. They are making life difficult for other Nigerians who want to genuinely do things in America. I still don't understand how you will go and damage our reputation in another country and expect them to respect us. The same thing was done in Dubai, China, and South Africa. When are we going to stop all these bad things? Are we the only ones? A very Nigerian tweet there. Now, team, the faces, like I said, of 124 Nigerians have been published online. I mean, the faces clear as day to see. I don't know if we can get that up. I'm not sure about the regulations, but it's very worrisome because of the sheer number of the people who are being deported back. And Trump describes these people as the worst of the worst, you know, who have had criminal convictions, and they were banded together, this list, by ICE. Some people will say, you're demarketing Nigeria. Why would you talk about something like this? But these are the realities that are facing Nigerians abroad.
Well, Trump has been known for demarketing Nigeria. He has called Nigerians some unprintable names before now, you know. So the 124, yes, they did wrong. But tell me what country doesn't have over 1,000 criminals, very well-known criminals, documented and so on. It is unfortunate that Nigerians go out and all they are thinking, some Nigerians, not Nigerians generally, go out and what they are thinking is making quick money through crime and all that. But we also remember that we have very upstanding Nigerians in the United States that are contributing immensely to the growth of their economy and whatever sector that they find themselves. It is quite unfortunate that we have the 124 Nigerians to be deported, and for Trump calling them the worst of the worst, I'm used to that. He's called Nigeria worst names.
Well, Olamide, if you ask me, I'm happy that these names have been put out, their faces have been put out. They should go and face the full weight of the law. Now, why this is very important is because, just like Etoma said, we have upright Nigerians that are living in the U.S., they're legal, they have businesses, and they're also contributing to the economy of the U.S. Now, but the bad eggs that we have, they go outside, they do crime, they demarket Nigeria, and they make the whole world feel like, oh, you know, everything is Nigeria, Nigeria. It's the people themselves. And it's not all Nigerians. That's why I hate when people generalize. So I'm happy that these people will be deported, and not just deported. I'm happy that people also see their faces so that people don't engage to do business business with them. But most importantly, I tell people crime is not the way. Let's look at it. Let's take it back to history. Anybody that has done crime has been caught in one way or the other. It's not something that you can sustain for long. So really believe in hard work, believe in legitimate money, because this fast money, oftentimes, it will bring you shame, it will bring you disgrace, and now you've not just disgraced yourself, you've also disgraced your family. Definitely not Nigeria, because you have been put out there, your faces are out there.
I'm the very type that always very skeptical about whatever US says about every other country, especially when they are blacks. I want to believe that not all those people on that list are genuinely criminals, because there have been cases, there have been issues where most of these people went back to appeal and they won the case, and they said they are as clean as whistle. So because they want to, you don't kill a dog. I mean, you don't kill a dog, or how they put it.
Give a dog a bad name.
Give a dog a bad name in order to kill it, all of that. So I believe if you want to deport people, deport them honorably. They've even deported some American citizens, to Venezuela and some other countries, and then the court said, no, you wrongly deported these people and they have to be back. So I think we should look at all nationals, including Americans in Nigeria, scrutinize them. Whoever is a criminal among them, we send them back to their countries.
Absolutely, and pending in lieu of their deportation, welcome back home. Moving on, in our next trending story, a frantic race to save a patient's life has sparked fresh conversations about the emergency healthcare in Nigeria. A video circulating online claims that a critically ill patient was taken to Warri General Hospital at about 8 p.m. But he was allegedly not admitted because there was no bed available. Now, this emotional account has gone viral. It's everywhere, and it's reignited concerns about the capacity of public hospitals to respond to medical emergencies. And many Nigerians are now questioning whether patients in critical condition can actually access life-saving care when every second counts. Now, it's important to note that the claims in this video have not been independently verified, and Warri General Hospital is yet to respond publicly to the allegations. But let's have a look at this video together.
We wrote somebody down from Udu Road in a very critical condition to Warri General Hospital by after 8 in the night. By after 8 in the night. And the doctor is saying there is no bed. They're saying there is no bed in Warri General Hospital by after 8 in the night. By after 8 in the night, I'm calling the public.
Now, that video you just watched has been circulating widely online, and many Nigerians are now calling for greater investment in emergency healthcare and expanded hospital capacity to ensure that patients like that one in the video aren't denied urgent treatment when they need it the most. It's a shame. Let's have a look at social media. Tunia says, I know this video looks bad, obviously, but I also know the massive investment the governor has done on the health sector, from renovation of hospital facilities and purchase of MRI machines. There's been visible impact, progress in healthcare sector. Let's not deny that. Tony F says, why not transfer the patients right away to another location offering available beds? Other patients cannot receive care on the floor. When a facility confirms insufficient bed capacity while your relative faces a life-threatening situation, depart as soon as possible and locate another facility. Now, team, I always say in the course of doing Trending Now, I take stories like this all the time, and you'd be shocked how often this happens. A patient will go to a facility, a healthcare facility, and there are no beds. Sometimes they're understaffed, there's no staff to attend to them. Sometimes they even request payment before they will even touch somebody who is in critical conditions. There are several, variables that lead to a patient being denied. Etoma, I don't believe that this should be happening. On the other hand, the family, do you think they could have been more proactive in finding a different location? Although we don't know as yet if there are other hospitals in the region as at the time that was happening.
Well, finding a different location would have been my first instinct. Not making a video, not making a video about the hospital not having beds. I would have thought of an alternative for my loved one first, and then maybe later I do a video if I even have the interest to do that. So let's not forget the main issue and hit other things because we want to be sensational or things like that. Yeah, we have issues in our healthcare sector. Everybody knows, and Nigeria is dealing with it.
Atoma, is it possible that he thought it was evidence?
Sorry?
Is it possible he thought him videoing was evidence?
Yes, it might be evidence, but is that evidence more important than the life of my loved one? We have to balance these things.
I'll say we need a state of emergency on our healthcare in Nigeria, if you ask me, because Olamide, there are hospitals that I've been to in Lagos here, and I still see that they're bringing patients and there are no beds, even in Lagos.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's actually a big problem that we need to solve. Now, we cannot tell this man how to grieve or how to act. When you are in a situation like this, let's just pray people don't pray not to see bad. That's what I'll say, because you cannot tell him, oh, at that point don't record, do this, do that, because at that point what is going through his head is quite different, from what we're saying now. I just believe that stories like this should show us that we need to do better with our healthcare. We're losing lives. Pregnant women go to the hospital day in, day out. They don't come back alive because it's either the gen went off, it's either there's no light. No, there's so many things. What are we doing about it? We've seen videos like this over and over again, but it just seems like we talk about it and it goes down the drill. It's high time that we actually take action.
Yes, it's so sad that Warri General Hospital is actually run by the Delta State government. We need to do better with our general hospitals, but what we feel, things that we are uncomfortable with, in general hospitals, because it's a general hospital, so many people come. There are also other good things that happen in those hospitals. I've lost family members in Lagos State, general hospital, and at the same time, we've got family members recently saved, from the jaws of death from that same hospital. So when we see something good, let's say it. When we see something bad, not all the time, amplifying things that are bad, but we need our government to do better.
And it would be great to see a response from Warri General Hospital in regards to this case. Thank you for your input. Moving on, this is a debate that is trending online. Can someone earning 60,000 naira a month in Nigeria actually be better off than someone who relocated abroad? Well, that's a debate that is gaining momentum after comments made by presidential spokesperson Daniel Bwala. Speaking during a recent interview, Daniel Bwala argues that not every Nigerian who relocated overseas is living a better life. He says that some migrants are now struggling with rising living costs and economic pressures in their host countries. And to make his point, Daniel Bwala suggested that someone earning 60,000 naira in Nigeria today could in some cases be living more comfortably than a Nigerian who left the country 5 years ago. This is what he had to say.
Some of you in Nigeria who think you are suffering, you're better off than your colleagues that jackpot 5 years ago. A Nigerian here that is collecting 60,000. Yes, it's collecting 60,000. I'm just giving an example. That person is farther than you, right? That's why people in US and other places, they send money more than people who are in UK. Now, that 60,000, at least Auntie Abike can loan you money. Uncle so and so can support you. And then what you are paying, what we are paying in power, the things we pay for in terms of social services here are almost zero as compared to that place.
Well, those remarks by Daniel Bwala have sparked mixed reactions online. While some Nigerians agree that relocating abroad does not automatically guarantee financial success, others are arguing that income alone cannot be used to compare life in Nigeria with opportunities, public services, and long-term prospects available in other countries. Let's have a look at what you had to say about this on social media. Daniel Bwala sure knows how to trend, eh? Oluwaye Scotland says, this is absolutely correct. Abroad is not easy, please, and may God continue to help Mr. President. Nigeria is on the path of success and prosperity. Amen. Tess says, this is exactly the kind of statement that frustrates Nigerians. Telling people who are struggling to survive on 60,000 naira that they are better off than those abroad sounds completely disconnected from reality. Etoma, on what side of the divide do you stand?
I stand in the middle because he's partly correct and he's partly wrong. It depends on circumstance. Some people relocated from their village to Lagos. They came for greener pastures and they're sleeping under the bridge. All right. While others just came 2 years ago and they are executives driving big cars. So it depends on the circumstance you find yourself. It depends on a whole lot of things. But the reality is that 60,000 naira in Nigeria shouldn't be anybody's salary.
Of course not. 60,000 naira, what do you want to do with 60,000 naira? Daniel always makes a lot of statements that actually go far. In this particular story, I would say, may God bless the works of our hands.
Yeah. I think the bottom line of the message is that it is not not all successes are tied to you living abroad, because it's not easy living abroad, really. You know, you can feed yourself with 1,200, 1,800 naira and you eat good food. Seriously, if you go to Mama Put. But $1 cannot feed you. $1 if you break it down in Nigeria's currency, maybe official rate 1,300, 1,400, or if it's pounds, 1,800 or thereabouts. You can eat less than that amount in Nigeria and you're okay. But all the same, make our lives better. Really, that's what
Ibrahim,
Nigerians
you
are
show me
for.
where I'll see food for 1,800 this morning. So like,
that's the reality.
Really?
I'm not talking about the
And the
hotels.
quality of the food is good?
Listen, I'm not talking
it's
about
possible.
food. Yes.
Okay,
That's the
you
reality.
show me.
Yeah, that's the reality.
Ibrahim, you actually can buy food for $1. There's something called dollar value meals. They also have these vouchers and social security checks. There's ways that you can eat for even under $1.
No,
but
I'm not talking
your
about
point.
burgers. I'm talking about food, real food, rice, beans, spaghetti,
something with
bread.
pepper.
Yes, and you'll be fine. That's the reality.
Fair enough. Thank you for your input. It's a shame we don't have time. That was a very juicy conversation.